Hey y'all, welcome to Art of the Budget. My name's Nicole, my pronouns are she and her, and I live in the Pacific Northwest on the traditional unceded territory of the Coast Salish Nations. And today we are doing a budget plan for March 2021. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate having this way of being accountable with you all. And if you are new here, I just want to let you know I use the EveryDollar app to do my budget. This is a Dave Ramsey product. I am not following Dave Ramsey's baby steps in any way, shape, or form, but the way that I do my budget, this app works really well for. I use the free version and I input my transactions myself. Okay, so I am going to share with you my plan for March 2021. I am exactly 1 month ahead these days. This was something that I made happen at the beginning of the pandemic because while I was able to keep my job at the time, I didn't know how that was going to go because I'm an art studio technician and students are not using the art studios right now. So, I didn't know how it was going to go. Thankfully, we have pivoted and made things work. But I got 1 month ahead so that I would have this extra month of cushion. So even though I'm 1 month ahead and I know exactly how much money I made in February so that I could spend or use for my budget in March, I still use a sort of a generic round number that is lower than that number to budget from. I just like playing this little mind game with myself to have a little cushion. I know it's not for everyone, and it's funny because in all other areas, I am like to the penny, but I just like the cushion. Okay, so other than that, I'm not planning on any other income except a little bit of interest income. This 844 is from a budget long ago. It's going to be a lot less because unfortunately my bank app that I've been using for a long time is going away. And so right now I'm transitioning to a new bank system. And so my money is not earning interest. It is transitioning through the other for most of the month. So I'm actually planning for that to just be a couple of dollars. But as you'll see in a second, that number doesn't really matter because it just goes to one place. Okay, I'm going to talk about radical intersectional feminism. This is the money that I share with my community. So sharing my income, this is about 5% of my base take home, $150. And then that just goes to, there's a few things I do monthly, and then I just have money available to use as I wish or to give as I wish to people, projects, whatever I think is cool. 2% to art. This is, again, 2% of my base take home, and this is earmarked for spending with independent artists. Local or not, I am happy to be part of a big and international art community, and so I love to support my friends and sometimes artists I don't know at all, but I just love their work. Stimulus sharing, I've shared all the money that I had earmarked from the first stimulus, and if we get a third stimulus, I will probably earmark money from that, but for now, I've spent all of that. Going to savings, I don't have anything planned. This month, next month category really just doesn't go anywhere. This is just where I park my amounts for my paychecks for next month. Savings is the category where I put my interest. So you can see it is income up there and then it's saved here. My bank that I used to have, Simple, they would just put interest in one bank account for some weird reason, like a separate bank account. And I just like loved that. So I kept doing it, and I will probably set that up with my new bank. But yeah, that's the only thing I'm planning as far as savings, like long-term savings. Retirement, my usual $500 to my Roth IRA. Housing is just the usual $1,100 for a rent, although I will say I'm thinking about getting a housemate. Don't see myself doing that till like vaccines are fully rolled out, but definitely thinking about different things I could be doing with half of that number. Electricity, I always set at 40, mobile phone about 60, and internet is always 80. Daily living, I'm doing my usual $300 for groceries. 100 for restaurants. Household is 20. Kittles is 125. So I have two categories for my cats. One is this daily, what do we call this? Daily living. And this is for basics like food and litter. Might seem like a lot, but as you may know if you ever watch this channel, my cats are very high maintenance. But this covers food and litter. Transportation, gas, I've set for 60, but I'm going to think about, depending on how it goes this month, if I'm over, I may go up to 80. I used to set it at 100, but during the pandemic it came down, and I have been actually driving a bit more to work, and I'm also going to be challenging myself to drive to beautiful outdoor places and do more like walking and hiking now that the weather is getting better, or like it's pretending to get better. We'll see what happens next week. So this may go up. Car registration, I do need to reset to this as an automatic transfer with my new bank, but that just goes over every month, so it's ready when I do my registration in November. Entertainment is 0. This used to basically be Hulu, but I realized I could pay all at once and it was a little bit cheaper. So I went ahead and did that last month, so there's no more Hulu payment. Fun is 100. I haven't always had a fun category, but I like having it now. Auto insurance is 86.60. Renters insurance is 10. Again, I need to set up that automatic transfer in my new bank. But now let's talk about the exciting stuff. So sinking funds. I actually have extra money to allocate to sinking funds this month. It feels so great. It has literally been a year. Maybe it's been still slightly less because, man, it was a couple months in the pandemic. Things got wild. But health fund is getting 10. Cat fund is getting 602.55, which feels awesome. So this cat category is where I just put all of my cat medicine and vet visits. And that is because my cats are both dealing with health problems. This has been a pandemic thing. And their vet and medicine needs have not stabilized. They're still really unexpected. I still really can't get a handle on it. And because they're on so many medications and they vary so much in price, it really just fluctuates month to month how much I'm spending on those things. So my strategy to reduce stress is just to beef up this fund as much as I can so that I know it's sitting there. Hopefully it will stabilize eventually, but honestly, it's been a long time and I need to just accept that this is just something that I need to be kind of radical about. So stuffing as much money as I can in there in the hopes that at least I know it will be there. Car upkeep is getting 166. Tech fund is getting 50. Gifts is getting 100. Clothing is getting 20. Upcoming travel is getting 166. I do not have any travel planned, but once we are able to again, I got places to go. So I want to start getting this travel fund funded. Important stuff is not getting anything. Down payment is getting 70. And again, this is a future goal. But for this month, it's getting $70. Serotonin boost is getting 385. You know, you gotta put the coins, you gotta put the even if it's a little bit, you gotta put them in there. And then education is getting 10. Student debt right now is getting none. We are still in forbearance. I do the public service loan forgiveness program, and I have a video about that. I'll put a thing in, I think. I'll try to put a thing in if you're interested in it. And that's it. That's my month. I hope that you have a good March planned, and I will see you in the next video.